You better hear from my heart. You better hear from the heart. I want to talk to my brothers. I want to talk to the fathers today.
Roger Turner from Turner Fashion House.
Charlie Nichols. I'm the executive director of Next Gen 302.
Hi, this is Dr. David B. Mills. Listen, I'm excited, you guys. We're about to have a great discussion.
And I'm Lance Williams, co-owner of Rhythm and Heat Seasoning Company.
Hey, what's up, everybody? It's your boy, Top Shelf D. Reed.
Hey, everybody. This is Kenneth Robinson, affectionately known as Dr. Ken.
That's what the Father's Coach is doing. We are collaborating with a lot of community organizations to help.
Okay, Immunity Now. Jason Bankston here with my new book, Have a Heel of a Time, sitting down with the Kevin Kelley.
My name is Jare.
And I'm Jordan with Good Steward Financial. And we're about to sit down with the Father's Coach. Stay tuned.
What's up, cool world? It's your boy, Randall Law, founder of Cool Color Kid Generation. I'm about to sit down with the Father Coach. Don't go nowhere. Don't go nowhere.
Trigger, right?
Right. So my biggest thing with all young men and young women is I say this: at a certain age, you're not an adult. No, I'm grown. You're not grown, and I'm gonna tell you why. Mm-hmm. You have not have the cognitive, the ability to assess consequences.
Right.
That's what makes you a child. Mm-hmm. You don't have the cognitive ability to assess consequences.
That's it.
Right? Because if you could assess consequences, then you would know I cannot ride with a loaded 40 caliber gun and go down the street.
No, especially with emotions running wild.
I can't do that.
Emotions running wild, and you got a hot piece on you.
And you don't even know how to control your emotions. You don't know how to control your emotions. You get mad when a teacher tell you read a book in school.
Right.
Yo, take your hoodie off. You don't know how to follow simple directions.
Right.
Right? And then keep in mind, you're a child. So that means you don't experience what? Real responsibilities.
Right.
So you don't know nothing about managing a checkbook or a Cash App account or managing what? A mortgage, right? So you look up and you say, hey, man, my mom been paying rent. Your mom been on Section 8 her whole life.
I go to the Acme in Trolley Square, Wilmington, Delaware, and I'm walking out of the store. I grab the spaghetti sauce, walk out the store. I look to my right. It's a car literally going probably about 25, 30 miles in the parking lot. And I'm looking over on the phone with my wife, and I'm like, no, he's going to stop. Like, he sees me. And when I realized he wasn't going to stop and I tried to jump back, he tried to avoid me turning towards me, which hit me. I got hit by a car.
Wow.
I hit my head very hard on the ground, was out for a couple seconds.
Walking.
Yeah, I was walking. Yeah, I wasn't in a car.
Wow.
Yeah, I was actually in the parking lot. I got hit by the car. To God be the glory. I hit the ground.
That doesn't sound like an accident. It sounds like you was hit.
Oh, I was hit. Yeah. So head bashed the ground, blood everywhere. Adrenaline is rushing. So, not to, be too long winded, but
flow.
Yeah. But yeah, so blood everywhere. Wife comes down, runs down and gets me. We go to the hospital, find out I have a concussion. I had a broken orbital bone, which is a fracture in between my nose. It was wild. But at that time, even though I was working out, I wasn't eating the best. And I found out that my blood pressure was high. So they were like, let's just monitor because you were in an accident. So it's a possibility your blood pressure can raise due to adrenaline, due to being hurt, all of these things. Trauma, all of that. So we monitored it. And after the accident, still found out it was still high. So I had to make a total change in my eating habits. And that made me realize it's not just what you do, it's what you intake. So it's not just the working out. That's only 80% of it. 20% of it is what you eat. So I had to change my eating habits.
My wife and I, we went to.
I had to lower my salt
one time, and I was making a decision and everything, and I was like, oh Lord, how am I going to do this thing? And the funny thing, we were not in an agreement at all. I was going to downsize. I'm gonna share this with the FCC family. I was going to downsize. My wife didn't want to downsize. I was going to downsize. Nope. I had a plan and everything. I had a plan, vision, and everything to downsize for 18 months, sell the house, do all that kind of stuff. And she was like, I'm not in agreement with that. But then once she said this, she said, you know what? But whatever you say, Kev, whatever you say, I don't think that I should do it. I don't think that you should do that. But because you're my husband and you feel so passionate about it, I submit.
Wow.
When she submitted, money came through. Money came through and we didn't have to downsize.
Wow.
A man who finds a wife
finds favor.
So we was in agreement. We were just in agreement. Something else came, you know, a ram in the bush, whatever. It just came, and I didn't have to downsize. But because we came into order, she honored the position that I was in.
Right.
Oh my God, I honor her to this day now.
Yeah,
Really. And I love what you said too. That she don't have to understand. But because you present it to her, because you present this thing to her, right? How about this? I shared something with my wife one time. No, I thought I told her. I was writing another book. I've got another books I was writing. She said I had to find out on social media.
Okay. I don't want to burden her. I don't want to put this on her. But my wife has a powerful prayer life.
Yes, she does.
And when your wife has a powerful prayer life, I also need her to know exactly, because we pray in the spirit, we pray according to knowledge. So I need her to know, okay, I'm struggling with this. I'm thinking about this. And I don't need you to give me an answer, but I just want you to add that to your prayer.
Can you say that to the audience?
We have to understand as men, because we want to bottle things up and hold things up, and we go to God and be all broke down. But we have to understand that, especially when you have a wife that prays, and when she prays, there's another level, another anointing that falls upon her, because her heart is for her husband.
Yes.
He says that I'll make your heart the desires of your husband. The desires will be towards your husband.
Yes.
So her desire is for me.
Knowing, so you have to know yourself. You have to know your family.
Right.
Fathers need to know their families. You have to be there. You have to be present to know. You have to know, not think, not guess, type of thing. I guess, and then you have to know, not believe. It's more than believing.
Yes.
Like I could believe in God, I could believe in my wife, but I have to know.
Yes.
I have to know.
I
have to know about the business. I have to know about, the different streams of income.
Correct.
I have to know that. I have to know how to invest.
Yes.
Not believe.
It's not believe. It's not accept it being true. You're going to know it. You're going to know it because you're going to gain knowledge about it. You're going to see that it's going to show evidence of proof. A lot of times, again, we'll say, I think who you are, your core, and I'm going to be honest, when you're on the right track of knowing who you are, this is when you start using words like, I had a gut feeling. Something told me. That's when because one thing I learned about that something told me and that gut feeling, it always leads you into knowledge and truth. It will never, ever connect to emotional. It will never even connect to your mind. It connects to itself, to who you are. And that's why, and it takes practice, because you'll stop saying something told me when you start acting on it more. You got to start trusting yourself or who you are, and that's connected to that spiritual realm. You got to pay attention to that, and you have to build that voice up, because usually sometimes it's too late when you realize something that already happened. You say, well, something told me. It's too late now.
Too late.
Because what happened is you done ignored this voice so long, for so many years, it's just really quiet to you. But when you start paying attention to who you're exercising, that voice become loud. And you'll do stuff and people won't understand why you're doing it. But you understand. People only understand. I just feel that. And sometimes, a lot of times, wives got it real strong. Just when it comes to their husband.
They don't only take care of themselves, but they could take care of their wife and their children.
Yes.
Today, it's sad. I don't even know if I was really where I should have been when I first got married. But the point is, a lot of women are marrying boys.
When I got out the Air Force, thank you. When I got out the Air Force, came home from Air Force, I was 22, and I came back to my father's house. He already had a plan for me. I didn't have a vision. Now, I do life management plans, my business do that type of stuff, right? But he had a plan for me. He was like, Kev, listen, check this out. I knew you was coming home, so I was already looking at a house for you to purchase.
Wow, that's a problem.
I was already looking for a house for you to purchase, this, that, and the other. He was looking at it, and he was walking me through the process, but I missed it. I wasn't ready.
Yeah.
I wasn't ready. I still wanted to hang out. I wanted around the way girl. I wanted all that kind of stuff. I was doing all that kind of stuff. So he backed off, he put his hands off, backed off. And I was like, what if I totally submitted to him? If I submitted to him, if I got that out of my system quickly and then say, okay, Dad, let's go get this property. He's going to back me.
Yeah. But you got grown men now still screwed up. You got grown men now still thinking they're going to be in the NBA, still thinking
So a rapper.
Be a rapper, 35, 40. And man, you should be working on your craft and your getting, established financially. Get so
multiple streams.
Multiple streams, but we want to hang out with the boys, the guys. I mean, you got to know when it's time to shift.
Yeah.
And I remember at a certain age when I was like, I love basketball. I love basketball. But I remember when I could no longer hang out with the guys as much as I wanted to. I had to just stop it.
Yeah.
Playing basketball when I could have been working a second job or learning a business. But I'm out there running, playing ball 3 or 4 times a week. So,
and I ended up buying a house. So I ended up buying a couple of houses and stuff, investment property and stuff like that.
Awesome.
But if I would have gotten that, then I would have been so way up the road.
Well, your father was an awesome man. Proverbs talks about that, about how, fathers' houses and what is it? Houses and property, wealth are the inheritance of fathers.
Yeah.
So, and a good man leave his inheritance for his children's children. Yeah, real prudent, that's what it is. Fathers don't have prudence today. Prudence is the ability to foresee into the future. That's what prudence is, the ability to foresee into the future. It is a gift from God. It's something God gives us. And fathers have prudence. Good fathers have prudence. They can see, my dad I wanted to quit and leave Morgan State. Because I was an accountant, they would ask me to preach everywhere at everybody's church. And I was like, Dad, I don't need this education. I can preach. They called me to preach. He said, boys, stay in school. You're going to see down the road where you're going to need that financial background. Everything we've accomplished in our church came on the strength of my financial background. God, don't get me wrong, God's favor, but they saw my financial background, my degree, and they said, you know what? We can loan this church that money. Wow. That's the lessons you get from a real father.
And it's over $1 million property.
Oh, our church building?
Yeah.
Worth $6-7 million now.
$7 million.
Yeah.
Look at that. And not only that, you got mentees. Like me, I'm one of them now. Mentees on finances because you heeded to your father's voice.
Yeah. Fathers. Man, what you're doing is amazing, Kevin. I'm just going to tell you what you're doing with this program. I pray the world gets to watch this and watch you periodically, weekly, because this is the highest calling.
I basically discovered how
You're
not taught about your immune system properly. Okay, John Hopkins not going to teach you this. Harvard Medical School not going to teach you this. Your immune system doesn't just grow you up. It actually takes care of you in your entire life. It's in every system in your body. Cardiovascular system, immune system is there.
Yeah.
Central nervous system, the immune system is there. Right? Pulmonary system, the immune system is there. It's in every facet of your body, from your toenail to your liver to your heart to your eyelashes. Eyelashes is immunity.
Whoa.
Keep the gnats and bugs and filters the air.
I didn't know that.
Your nose, part of the immunity, has nares. It filters the air when you breathe into the nose. And you create nitric oxide to dilate your blood vessels, to bring that blood in.
Yes.
Right? So your immune system is also how you think. We talked about that, right?
That's right.
My new logo, the avocado. Okay?
The avocado.
The avocado.
The avocado. Now, the avocado, he seen my wife in the store not too long ago, and my wife and daughter. And the funny thing is, they were in the store picking up me some avocados because of the message that he preached to us about 3 years ago. So let's talk about the avocado.
So one of the non-essential amino acids, right? You just gotta really appreciate the creator, right? When you have a baby, you go out and buy the crib, you get the trust fund together, you paint the room, you do everything, right? You make sure the provisions are provided before that child even hit the earth.
That's right.
It's exactly what the creator did for his creation too, his children.
That's right.
He created food. The food was here before people.
Yeah.
The food was here before people.
Let's talk about that.
We didn't need to genetically modify it. It was already fine. It was already good to go. Right? It is good to go. So he created the food to make you a healthy, strong, vibrant individual, right?
Mm-hmm.
He created the system of generational health.
Mm-hmm.
Generational health. They say generational wealth, all good. Yeah.
Okay.
But what's wealth without that health? Oh, I had many patients in New York, Fifth Avenue. Many of them, $45,000 a month they was paying
was sick, dying. They had a whole hospital in their house. They had money.
Yeah. Well, health has to be wealth then.
Yeah, because if you got $1 million, but you got a peg tube and you got a diaper on.
So how many avocados can I eat a day and be healthy? Like, what are the benefits of eating avocado?
So let me just complete the question before, because I'll get off on the tangent.
Okay.
So with the avocado, the 9 essential amino acids, right? So the Creator created these things that we need for our bodies. So then with the avocado has a 9 essential amino acid called tryptophan, and also has niacin, has both of them in there. So that niacin helps convert that tryptophan into serotonin in your gut, which is a key neurotransmitter. All right, so about 70% of that is created in your gut, and the niacin allows it to pass through the blood-brain barrier to your brain. So now serotonin, people say, oh, it just makes me feel good. No, not just feeling good. It's for your cognitive function. How do you learn and process information, right? Also, yes, your memory and your feelings, how you feel, and your sexual functionality. So one of the 9 essential amino acids is helping you to make good decisions, procreate properly, mediate problems and situations in the earth. Because a neurotransmitter is how you think.
You know, I wanted to go to an Ivy League school. And I turned around, I was like, when I was in high school, I didn't know the word Ivy League school, right? So I went to his teacher and I said, tell me this young man's name. She told me. I said, let's check his grades. She said, he's got really good grades. And I said, what grade is he in? And she said, he's in 9th grade. I said, he couldn't have been in 9th grade because I had him last year. So she said, oh, he was in middle school taking high school classes.
Wow.
Okay. So I talked to my friend after I heard that, and I said, you know, brother, you're my neighbor. Let's get together. Let's stay connected. Relationships are important. And he said, well, I can't do it Friday because I'm taking my academy to Harvard University. And right when he said that, right away, jumped right on his words, I said, save me a seat. Matter of fact, save me 2 seats because I want to go.
Wow.
And he said, what's going on? I said, I got a young man that I overheard say he wants to go to an Ivy League school, and I want to let him go on that tour to Harvard University. Well, I didn't get to go because they had some limited seats, but he went Friday before last, he went on a tour to Harvard University.
Wow. Adding value.
Yes.
I too am in the school districts as well. I'm on the elementary level, and I think we should get them young. We should get them young, and I always talk about the 5 F's: faith, family, friends, finance, and fitness. So I kind of share those things with them. You know, I had a 911 call today by one of the students and actually from one of the counselors. They said, we got to talk to Mr. Kelley. You know, they got me on FaceTime with the guy, and I said, what's going on? He said, I don't want to go to biology. What's happening in biology?
All right.
I just don't want to go there. I said, first, let's just back up. Did anything happen in biology? Anything with the students, anything with the staff, what's going on? I'll be there. I'll drop everything I need to do right now and come support you. What's going on? Anybody bothering you? Put it that way. Anybody touching you? Anything going on? And he was like, no. I said, okay. Now we talked about the 5 F's, right? What's the first one? Faith. I said, okay, you gotta have faith. You got faith in yourself? I need you to have faith right now to take care of your responsibility and walk in that class. If nothing's going on, I'll support you. I'll drop whatever I need to do. I'll drop whatever I have to do, and I'll come support you. And I think that's what we need to do as fathers, as men. We need to support. We're the support. People say they have issues and stuff like that. Whatever. They may just need a little more support. And I think you're providing that support in the high schools. So you're in the high schools,
absolutely,
and I'm in the elementary schools. I think there's going to be some kind of collaboration between us and our organizations. You know, Life by Design coaching firms, my company, and then your organization as well. We're going to do some collaboration, and it's not just going to be us. It's not going to be Kevin and Weldon show.
Stuff like
we're going to have some
making.
consultants that's going to do that.
But had no clue that it was going to catapult into the business that I have today. So what a story, right?
What an awesome
What a
story.
blessing. And this is God.
And this is the dream that you had. You know, you can't
Even then.
This is a dream that you had. I'm gonna say over 20, maybe over 25 years.
Man, this thing has been happening since. Well, if I want to count the days of when I was in home economics, man, that's 40 some years. Wow. That I've been carrying this vision. You know what I mean?
So I want to bring in Mr. Lance Williams. Talking about carrying the vision. I just want to share something. So about carrying the vision. How long did you carry your vision of your business? And I want you to introduce yourself to the audience real quick too about the business.
Yes, I'm Lance Williams, and I'm the co-owner of Rhythm and Heat Seasoning Company, where we focus on low sodium, multicultural seasoning blends. And man, before I get into the vision, this brother is amazing, man. I just
thank you, sir.
I felt your presence. You know what I mean when you walked in.
Absolutely.
And I know Rondell.
Oh wow.
High school together, we played basketball together.
That's what's up. No doubt.
Good brother. Seen him not too long ago, but yeah. You know what? The vision wasn't mine. It was my wife's. Let me be honest with you. And I trust her, and we both are like yin and yang, and we both carried out the vision. It was really her vision, but I was the one that I'm the one that does the hustle. I'm like, okay, you got the vision. You're the one that has all of these dreams, and you're the one that can put it down.
There you go.
And move it forward. So it wasn't my dream per se, or vision per se, but it is now. Well, I have a vision for it. We have a vision together. We're locked in. We're eye to eye, and it just goes to show that sometimes it may not come from you, but God can lay it anyway, and we carrying it out now. So
absolutely, that's so powerful. When it comes to business, in marriage, I really want to focus on the marriage piece. Like the two become one, right? The two become one. So my wife and I, we were traveling, and my daughter too. We was traveling to Canada. I forget how many years ago. We traveling to Canada, and my wife, she had her MTO vision, MTO, which is Mom's Timeout, her self-care thing. But it kind of shifted into another name. We'll talk about that a little later. But at that time, so I had my business, Life by Design coaching firm. Had that, right? Life by Design coaching firm. And then when while we was traveling, it was like the Holy Spirit told me, there's no way, Kevin, that she could have her business over there and you do your thing here and you'll be able to successfully cover it, like be a support to her. So he said, bring her business under yours. And I was like, man, if I tell her that, she's going to think I'm still on thunder, And actually it didn't. She was like, yes, let's do it. Because she saw me being more, I guess, intentional. So I was being more intentional with her business being a part of mine, the two becoming one. And so her business right now is a facet of mine. It's a facet. So she's heading up the wellness piece with the self-care hub, the marriage piece. I thought this thing was going to be more of the high impact fathers, but it also has like a marriage theme that just happened by default.
It's my
like
choice.
The two becoming one.
The Bible says in the Ideal of Excellence, he says the sins of a father can go to 3 and 4 generations. But the verse after that says this: but I'll give my mercy and grace to one man to change 1,000 generations. So either I could be the man that messed up 3 or 4 generations, or I could be the man that sets up 1,000 generations.
1,000 generations.
I get that choice. So now, man, I'm out, and it can be done in 1 generation, which blesses me, because I'm watching my 5 kids after me, 4 daughters, and I got 1 son. And I'm talking to them now. They're in their 20s and 30s. I'm like, yo, only one of y'all married. What's up? They're like, listen, we ain't doing nothing till we get somebody like y'all. And now remember, that's coming from a brother that ain't have it. So he ain't gonna tell me you can't produce it. It's a choice. It's the ideal of what kind of legacy you want to leave in this earth.
Yes.
And what kind of mentor. My father actually lived 8 blocks away from me with his wife.
Oh wow. Did you ever spend time with them?
Not early. Not for 22 years. I came back from the military. He called me and said, "Hey, I want to meet you."
Oh wow.
And I said, "What?" I'm like, "Hey, I'm just fresh back from the military." He said, "Well, I just want to sit down."
Did you know him face? Did you?
I thought we looked a lot alike because he was one of my uncles.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyway.
Gotcha. So was that a little trauma? Was that?
Yeah, because
after you came out of the military, how old were you?
Bro, my trauma had started before the military. My trauma had started already. The idea of asking my dad.
Mm-hmm.
My trauma started.
Yeah.
Because I was looking for a picture of who I was in the culture and what it looks like to be there. And when a man does not have a picture of where I belong in the culture or in my future, I'm gonna be angered.
It's that image.
Because I don't even have an identity of what it looked like. So I think I'm stuck where I'm at.
Yeah. So
until that moment happened, I was angry for a lot of those years. Because I thought, I can't be anything because I don't even know my dad. Why he reject me and all that. Little known that he ate blocks away, take care of his family. but he's still doing his thing on the side, all this other stuff. So what happens, man, he calls me, says, my mom says, okay, meet with him. I said, for real? Now, you know how God always set you up. A week before I went to church, heard this long message about forgiveness.
Mm-hmm. So you went to church. So you got invited to church.
Matter of fact, Pastor Byrne took me.
That's before she was a pastor.
Before she was
a pastor.
And like we was friends, and she invited me to do.
And before you go to the next level with her, you got to come to church with me.
Right, she told me that too. But I was like, hey, all right, listen, I ain't ready for all that. I was straight up selling.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Everything a seller did was everything I was doing. So by the time I came home, man, I came home on a visit before I was going to get out trying to make my decision. But my dad called. Said, listen, meet me at this spot. I met him. So we sat down, we talked, and I was like, all right. But the Lord gave me that one message of forgiveness, man. And I was like, man, this is crazy. On my way to driving the meeting, man, the only thing I heard was, if you don't forgive him, your children will never know their grandfather. Oh. The right you got to keep that out of their lives.
You heard that then.
I was, bro, I almost start crying.
So you heard God. You heard God before you gave your heart to God.
Yeah, man.
See, God speaks. God speaks to people. God spoke to me. God showed me. I had visions and stuff. I'm talking about growing up and sitting in bars. I was hearing God. God was showing me my future if I didn't submit to him. He talks to people before you even start going to church, before you give your life to him. That's excellent. Thank you for sharing that to the people, because people need to know that God talks to them. He talks to them through billboards and everything, but he talked to you.
Everything.
He said that your grandchildren would not know him unless you forgive
of their grandfather.
And who?
Okay. All right. So we got to the table. I'm like, all right. First thing I said to him, I was like, whatever you say to me, I forgive you. You're like, what? Now he didn't understand it. I was like, that's fine. All I know is I'm forgiven. So now I got to forgive.
That was a God thing.
Yeah, it was. So then we forgave him. Then 3 weeks later, I find out the reason he called the meeting was he had cancer.
Destiny.
So he was about to die.
I mean, portions of your destiny was given to you by your father, and you're just passing it down. Here's another one too. What a father says to his children is not heard by the world, but it will be heard for posterity. Legacy, inheritance, and this is by John Paul Richer. I just thought those quotes were actually perfect for what we're doing here. But I want to do another segment here. I want to do a 24-second clock segment. I want to do that. So that means you got 24 seconds to answer these questions right here.
Oh, you got the pressure on.
Oh, the pressure's on. There's a second clock right there. Maybe the producer can help us out. Make sure he'll help us out. Okay. And these are easy questions. I ain't trying to beat you up that much. So, what is the most valuable asset on the planet?
Relationships.
People. That's good. That's good. People. What's the definition of a man? Your definition of a man?
One who could lead, teach, and help someone grow to their next stage in life.
Okay. What is the purpose of a mentor?
One you can learn from with an unconditional, more of a open, vulnerable type of way.
I love that. Okay. What's the facet of a man's life that need to be managed?
Their time.
Ooh, we got 5 more seconds. You did it. Wait a minute. Oh, give me a word that can keep you from being burnt out. The words that can keep you from being burnt out.
Balance.
You did it. Did he win it? Did he get it? Did he get it? You did it. You did it within 24 seconds. Thank you for those answers. Wow. But that was something that was handed. I love that that the business, that the core values, your family values. I know you're a good family man, so I talk about the 5 F's all the time. I talk about, the faith, family, friends, fitness, and finance. So I know family is good. So can you share something about family? Not just maybe your intimate family, but what do you think about family at large? Can you share that?
Well, my definition of that is family always evolve, and you always change and grow with things in life. So, there's never one different or same stage of family, because we all become mature at different stages of our life. We all get new understandings and different meanings to things at different stages of our life.
Wow.
It might have been something you went through that you didn't understand when you were 20.
Exactly.
But 40 years or 20 years later, at the age of 40,
you might really see it in a different nature and understand it. So
I wish I was 40.
Oh man,
I wish I was 40.
I can almost not. Hey, I barely remember 40.
Wow.
Yeah.
Along with that, what is the most important component of a family?
The communication aspect of it.
Okay.
Yeah. I believe that, when you're open and vulnerable with your family, you should grow, because you show that level of openness and intimacy where they know your most vulnerable stage in your life, and they can also understand you because of that.
Wow.
If you didn't know that or understand that, how are you going to grow?
That's powerful. I was thinking about when you was talking, my mind went right to marriages. And I think that when it comes to, because you said relationship, right? We talk about relationships and marriage. I think that me as a husband, I should be a direct connection of God to her, and vice versa. She should be a direct link connection of God for me. Grace, love, forgiveness, trust, help. We should help one another. I think that's the family aspect is excellent. What we're talking about here, family, because you're big on family, you're big on fitness. Your family is big on fitness. I mean, good gracious. But one thing, because you are a serial entrepreneur, what are some of the things that an entrepreneur would need in order to be successful in business, in any one business?
Well, like take mine for instance. You have to give something that the community wants. You got to be useful to people, and what I did was with the mobile barbershop, I made it I have two businesses, which is my artwork and my barbering. So I tried to incorporate something that everybody could use in a more intimate fashion. So if I wanted to come to your home, you call me for an appointment, I'll come to your home. You can come right outside your home.
I am strong. I am more than a conqueror. I have to continue to remind myself this every day. Affirmations. But the great thing is I have to continue to believe those affirmations too. I have to continue to believe them.
In the game. I want to share something with some of my audience. Get some affirmations. If not, reach out to us. Reach out to the cool colored kid generation. And we'll give you some affirmations because we want you to get in the game. Let's get in the game. We want them to get in the game.
Get in the game.
Because I know you're in the game. So, with your cool colored kid generation, how did you come up with that name?
Okay, so I'm gonna make a long story short.
You can make it long. Okay,
I'm gonna make it long. All right, cool. So here we go. And 17 years ago, when I was living in Los Angeles as a production assistant at Los Angeles Film Festival, my drum, the youngest production assistant. So I'm in my early 20s and everybody else is like 30s, 40s. I mean, we're talking about veteran production assistants, and these guys done movies, commercials, you name it, flown in different countries and back. So they were like, what would you name a band for shock value? And I said, KKK, right? And they said, break it down for me. I said, you put a whole bunch of cultures together. They potentially make history. They could change the world. So at that age, all these old guys saying, bro, that's not going to rock. That's not going to rock at the time. So me being young, they persuaded me to drop the idea. So I dropped it. And then, but the thing is that in the back of my mind, I said, I'm going to keep this idea because it's so powerful. But the thing is I was like, I don't know how I'm going to be able to use this because I don't have no musical background besides my little jingles I do. But I was like, I don't know how we going to make this work. So fast forward to 2018, right? I saw this Gap commercial. I saw all these kids in different colorful clothing. They were jumping around and the light bulb went off right there. It was like cool, colorful kids. So my friend, which is still my friend today, and now he's seeing what's now happening. He was like, that's not going to happen. No parents is going to buy their kids KKK. He was like, I can't see that. I can't see that at all. And the thing is that I could see it, but I just didn't know how to because simple fact that one, even though I went to a art institute, I didn't know how clothing, how it would, even though I knew how to shoot commercials and write little scripts and things of that nature, I still didn't know how it was going to happen. But I was just like, once again, he persuaded me to drop the idea too, because one, fear set in, because I'm like, all right, cool. Who are you to take on the KKK? And then two, who are you to empower when you don't even know how to empower yourself too? So I was just like, all right, cool. Go ahead. You was gonna say something?
It's more than apparel. It's a message.
It's a message.
It's more than apparel. It's a message. What's the message? What's the passion behind
Okay, so the passion behind it, the cool color kid, the passion behind it is for you to not look at the case. It's not about the case. Look what comes after it. And when you see what comes after it, you'll end up seeing change. It's simply change.
So you want to change the world?
Change the world in all shapes and forms, mentally, spiritually, physically, emotionally, through music, through art, through entertainment, and so many different other ways that no one has ever thought of though.
I seen that change. I seen that change at the 2.0. At 2.0. 2.0. I seen that 2.0, and I was like, wow, the effect that you had on the youth there. I mean, you had them rocking. It's like, I don't know, when you grabbed the microphone, it was like you turned up times 10, and the kids was jumping, and they was like, yeah. You was empowering them in school to get the education, and you was giving them products. We'll talk about products a little later. But
can I ask you a question?
Yes, you can.
Real quick. What did you think about it when you first heard it?
When I first heard it,
when I first told you,
when you first told me,
yeah,
at the MBK, MSK, I thought it was good. I thought it was unique because I bought the hat. Bought the hat. And I think I got 2 hats actually. I think I got 2 hats and I got sneakers. So I thought it was unique, and what I loved about it was it was different. Now I'm blackity black, so I'm blackity black. So I'm blackity black. So I watched that. I was like, oh wow, I know other people's going to be offended and everything by the KKK and everything, but it's a conversation piece.
It's a conversation. It's a conversation.
But it's the passion. That's why I asked you earlier. It's the passion behind it. You have passion. And I wanted that to come out rather than just being apparel, whether it's being products. You're not just pushing gear.
Yeah. And I hope I'm not cutting you off. The crazy thing in 2020, when this came out, I was up against so many other apparel brands.
Yeah.
Because it was a pandemic. A lot of people getting pandemic money, so they coming out with different shirts. And the thing is that I constantly asked myself, I was like, how can I be different? I gotta be different. I just don't want to be this print. Like, I'm always trying to find ways to be different. And the thing is that sometimes I don't even like the stuff I create because I'm just like, this looks like that. I don't want that. I need it to be different because this is different. You know what I mean?
Here's a faith moment here.
Scripture in Proverbs where it says a good man leaves an inheritance to his children's children.
Booyah.
So not just his children, but his children's children. And so we have that tangible piece, which is the monetary piece, right? What are you leaving, whether that be land, any type of real estate, any type of stocks, whatever the case may be. So you have that, things that you can physically see. And then you have the intangibles, which is the character piece, right? What are you instilling in them so that when you are no longer around, you're confident that they will be able to make sound decisions, that they are men of upright character. And so legacy for me is those two things, the tangible monetary piece, and then you have the characteristic. What are you leaving behind? What are you imparting into them that money can't buy, that money can't touch?
I love this. So with a husband and a father being present in the lives of the children and the family, that's both tangible and intangible, correct?
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. Give me a definition. You know you got to come. You got it. Come on.
And I'll speak on the intangible part of it. In order to leave a legacy, you have to build something, right? And a scripture I want to quote, I believe it's Matthew 7 and 24. It speaks on the foundation, building your house on solid rock. And I believe with legacy, at least in me and my brother's case, that foundation has been laid, but I think it's about building our house now. Each generation has a different house, and life is going to life at the end of the day. And I think it's our job to build our house so that the next generation can follow those intangible things.
All right, so let's look at, as you was talking, I was thinking about foundation. You both talk about foundation. So your great grandfather was
a level of foundation, right?
Correct.
A foundation for you guys, also for the community in Milford, Delaware, right? He's been a foundation. Then your great-grandfather. Then your grandfather laid another layer of foundation for you guys, whatever they was building in the community and their family and everything, right? Then your father was also building something. He laid a foundation. What did your father build? I know he's building things, right? I know he's a builder, because that's probably his gifting too. What is your father building, or what has he built that you guys can see?
So in his current stage of life, which I'm proud to be a part of, he's building Light of Truth. Some may categorize it as a church, some as a ministry. We don't put it in a box right now, but he is building to make disciples. So he is laboring in that, and I've been, fortunate and blessed to labor alongside of him as he's building that. And I would also say that he's built, I'll take pretty good men, right? I stand as a testament to what his hands have formed and curated. So,
to that, I'll just say I am the product, right? To what he's built, simply put, I'm just the product.
Wow, that's amazing. That's amazing. So the baton. So as I was thinking about this this episode, I'm thinking all week long, I'm thinking about the baton. You guys were handed a baton, but it's a unique baton of tangible and intangible, as you stated, right? Tangible and intangible items, legacy. So I guess you guys just already said what you were handed, right? So what are you building now? What are you taking over? I know you're taking over the lot, the Light of Truth, right? You're working alongside. You both were working alongside of your father with that. But what are you building? What's your vision? What do you see past today?
So I'll say past today. What I see is discipline and service, right? A lot of the time, like when we speak on legacy and leaving stuff behind, and the tangible parts about it. We can leave $1 million, but if we don't leave behind knowledge, what do we do? So discipline and knowledge, I think, is my vision of what legacy is.
That's good. You know what? A lot of times these days, a lot of people go after the bag. They go after the money, right? Especially you guys' careers. You guys have some great careers. You in finance, right? And you in law enforcement. You can always go for the money and but you guys are going along with the character pieces as well. I know a lot of people. We all know a lot of people who have made a lot of money, go after the bag, sacrifice their families going after the bag, and then once everything's secure, you get the house, you get the car, you get everything, but there's no one to share it with. No one. People that was with you in the struggle, they're no longer there. The woman, the wife, the kid, they over somewhere else. But you guys are talking about the tangible and the intangible, which is excellent. So you're marrying the two. You're marrying the two. And I think that's the baton. You guys share that. And I see that as well in you guys, knowing your father, knowing your family, that you carry that, you have that. You value family. That's your core values. Give me a core value.
Core value, I would say it would be can we edit that out?
No.
Oh wow. So core value, I would say, is honesty. Honesty. We would say honesty.
Yeah. You guys have powerful core values, and thank you for just rolling with me with this, because I'm really excited because you guys are examples. Pure examples. A lot of times when we're meeting and we're talking with a lot of men and they're generational X. I'm Gen X, right? Your father's Gen X, right? We also have baby boomers that we interview and everything. But a lot of times we don't have the voices. We want to hear your voice. We want to see some of the challenges and some of the victories that men are having. 2024 going to 2025. So give me a challenge that you see in culture. What challenge do you see as culture, not just as a black man, but as a man on the East Coast, as a man in this United States? What challenges that you see? And the reason why I'm saying this, because not too many families are like yours. There's not too many families like you could go back. Your great grandfather did this, and he was great. He's in the museum. Grandfather's in the museum. Like in the museum, in the museum for something positive. Type of thing. So a lot of people don't have what you guys have. So what about the families that don't have what you have? wasn't raised like you were raised. What's the next one?